Hello guys, good morning, good afternoon and good evening. I am Santosh Singh and today we are going to see Apache Hadoop question and answer part 4. So let's see this part and welcome to my channel. So first we are going to see what is the streaming access pattern in Hadoop. So we have different slogan of different languages. Like Java have some slogan, Hadoop have some slogan. So let's see that what Java slogan have. Write once and run anywhere. It means that a program you can write once and execute on any platform. It means on any operating system like Windows, Linux, macOS, Ubuntu, etc. Like same way, Hadoop also have a slogan. And what is the slogan of Hadoop? Hadoop slogan is write once and read any number of times. But don't try to change content of file once you keep data into HDFS. And the same things is also known as streaming access pattern. So here we write that streaming access pattern means write once and read any number of times, but don't try to change content of file once you keep data into HDFS. So Hadoop follow the streaming access pattern. It means once you put your data onto the HDFS, you cannot change that data onto the HDFS. You can read any number of times. So this is the streaming access pattern. Now let's see the next question. Next question is, if you want to store the data, then what service you need to have? So answer is, for storing a data we should have name node and data node daemons. We should have two service, name node and data node. So let's see the next question. Next question is, if you want to process the data, then what service you need to have? So for processing data in Hadoop 1, we should have job tracker and task tracker, and in Hadoop 2 and in Hadoop 3, we should have resource manager, node manager and application master. So let's see the next question. Next question is, how many instances of job tracker runs on a Hadoop cluster? How many instances of a job cluster runs on a Hadoop cluster? So answer is, there is only one job trackers runs on its own JVM. So only one job trackers run on its own JVM. So let's see the next question. Next question is, why data node and task tracker daemons running on the same node? So data node and task tracker daemons are running on the same node for fulfilling the data locality concept and to avoid network congestions. If we put data node and task tracker on different node, then it will take time to process that data due to network congestions. Like we can see this diagram. This is the diagram for storing a file abcd.txt on HDFS. It means on data node, but we can see that how it is fulfilling the data locality concept. As we are seeing that when Hadoop break abcd.txt file into 4 input split, then it after splitting it put each input split to the each data node. So a.txt put onto the data node 1 and data node 2 and data node 4, as here is the metadata. So and we get metadata from name node. So we can see that Hadoop put a.txt on first data node, second data node, and fourth data node. So suppose that if we want to process a.txt chunk, so we can put our MapReduce code either data node 1 or data node 2 or data node 4. If we put any of these data node, then it will follow the data locality concept. It means our MapReduce code and our data is available on same node. So it will process fast the data. And why it will process fast? It will avoid the network congestions. Now let's see the next question. Next question is, how do you check the over replicated blocks, under replicated blocks, misreplicated blocks, corrupt blocks, and missing blocks in cluster? So we have discussed these things in my earlier session. I will put the link of these things, that what is the over replicated, under replicated, misreplicated, and corrupt blocks in Hadoop. So for checking these things, there is a command, and command name is Hadoop space FSCK. Hadoop FSCK space the path, that the which path we want to see, that this path have these blocks or not. So here is the example, Hadoop space FSCK space slash. It means we are going to see the root directory detail, that in root directory how many over replicated block and how many under replicated blocks, how many misreplicated blocks, and how many corrupt blocks. So by this way we can see the detail of these blocks. If we write Hadoop space FSCK space slash, and when we press enter, then we can see these details. As we can see here, it will display the total size of this directory, total directory, and the total files, total blocks, that how many blocks of this directory, and minimum replicated blocks. And here we can see these things, that how many over replicated blocks, how many under replicated blocks, how many misreplicated blocks, and how many corrupt blocks, and how many missing replicas. So like this way Hadoop FSCK command display all these things. So now let's see the next question. So question is, what is job scheduler and its type in Hadoop? So answer is, scheduler schedule the job task based on requirement. So type of scheduler, these are the type of scheduler. There are many improved schedulers introduced in Hadoop, like capacity scheduler, COSHH scheduler, deadline constraint scheduler, delay scheduler, dynamic priority scheduler, fair scheduler, FIFO scheduler, and late scheduler. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. These 8 scheduler introduced in Hadoop. So out of these 8, these 3 are mainly used. FIFO, fair, and capacity scheduler are mainly used. So now let's see the next question. Next question is, what is default scheduler in Hadoop? So FIFO is the default scheduler in Hadoop. FIFO is the default scheduler in Hadoop. So now let's see the next question. Next question is, what are the difference between FIFO scheduler, fair scheduler, and capacity scheduler? Then you can say this answer. Fair scheduler pick oldest job first from job queue. It does not consider priority or size of the job. First in, first out is the default scheduling in Hadoop. It means FIFO is the default scheduler for Hadoop, as we see earlier. And what is the fair? Fair scheduler assign resources such as that all jobs get an average equal share of resources over the time. And what is the capacity scheduler? Capacity scheduler jobs cannot use the extra resources. It's designed to sharing a large cluster while giving each organization a minimum capacity guarantee. So these are the FIFO, fair and capacity. In FIFO there is the first in first out. In fair, all jobs get an average and equal share of resources. And in capacity scheduler is used for sharing a large cluster, and in that large cluster each organizations can share that large cluster, and each organizations can get a minimum capacity guarantee. So now let's see the next question. Next question is, what are the advantage and disadvantage of FIFO fair and capacity scheduler? So this is the advantage, this is the disadvantage of these. So first advantage of FIFO scheduler is it is simple to implement and efficient, and disadvantage has no concept of priority or size of job. FIFO have no concept of priority or size of job. It means it is simply follow the first in and first out. And next is the fair scheduler. Fair scheduler advantage is it is better for small jobs and less complex than capacity scheduler. And why it is better for small job? Because it divide the average and equal resources among the all jobs. And what is the disadvantage of fair scheduler? Disadvantage that has no concept of job weight of each node. And what is the advantage of capacity scheduler? Advantage of capacity scheduler is it provides minimum capacity guarantee for each one organizations. It provides minimum capacity guarantee for each organizations. And what is the disadvantage? It is most complex among all these three. It means capacity is the most complex among all these three scheduler. So this is the advantage and disadvantage of FIFO fair and capacity scheduler. So like this way, today we have seen the Apache Hadoop question and answer part 4. Thanks for watching and please subscribe my channel. Thank you so much.